I'm James,
And I'm Kyle.
and these are our two Dobermans, Rip and Beth.
We sold everything and bought a cell phone.
And we're taking these crazy dogs with us on an epic adventure to sail around the world.
So follow us while we do sailing, exploring, and living a tropical dream.
Welcome to Dobies on Deck. Last time on Dobies on Deck, we pulled into Port St. Joe at the point and dropped our anchor, went to the shore, came back and found out there was no power on the boat at all. So here we are in the dark playing Uno. So when we got up the next day, we decided to find us a marina. The nearest city is Port St. Joe, so we sat in there and found the Point South Marina, which, much to our surprise, was a very nice marina. It's not very big, but it's awesome. It's protected from the elements. It's a cool little setup they've got here, and it's right next to a little town, a quaint little town called Port St. Joe. It's, of course, it's on the ocean. There's beautiful scenery, but the city is nearby. It's a little town. It's about 4,100 people, and we were very excited. So once we got all tied off and everything, we decided to go into town to see if we could find the parts that we needed. But, you know, you got to do some exploring. And while we were in town, we decided, after we couldn't find our parts, and we figured out they're going to have to be a special order item, we decided to find us a place to get some lunch and maybe a drink or two before we went back to the boat to do some just regular housekeeping. So one of the things that we are constantly combating on the boat is rugs. There's one of our rugs right there. Whether it's, pee, every now and then Beth will have a little accident at night where she needs to go out and just gets down off the sofa. Or if she gets excited, usually that's what it is. Somebody comes on the boat, she gets super excited and lets out a little piddle. But that's one of the things we have to contend with. And usually it's just a small situation, so we can get it cleaned up pretty quickly, but it's starting to smell, so we're gonna wash the rug. I'm sure some of y'all are wondering, why in the world would we have carpet on a boat or rugs? Well, number one reason is I hate walking on hardwood floors or hard floors with sand and dirt. We vacuum at least once a day usually, and I mean, the dogs are on and off the bow. They're tracking in salt, sand, dirt, you name it. Going to the beach, just lots of that. It's a lot more pleasant on the walking situation to have the ability to just vacuum it up rather than having it sticking to your feet all day. Number two is sound. It does help with the sound. It's not echoey or anything in there, so that helps with that. And also, we keep our rugs stuck down with the little adhesive things that go in the corners. So when the dogs do their roughhousing and they're jumping all over the place, then they're not sliding the rug all over the place, and they're not sliding all over the place because they can actually grip with their toes rather than being on the hardwood. So that is why we have a rug on the boat. Came out pretty good. What are we doing?
Right, we're walking back from lunch.
From or in
Our brick house.
Port
St. Joe.
St. Joe, Florida. So we're actually really liking this place.
It's a cute small little town.
Yeah,
Little beach town.
like, I don't know, 5,000 people, something like that.
Yeah.
Lots of tourists. but not overwhelming. It's just a cute little town. I mean, see back there, there's palm trees. We're walking towards the ocean. That's where, obviously, where the boat is. And it's just a little oceanside town. Throw up some drone footage here in a minute. And
the water's blue and clear. So.
Water's blue, emerald green, clear, all of the good things. So it's a really cool little town. We've been here for 6 days, and I don't know, I think we may hang out for a little bit longer before heading on to Tampa. We got a few more things to fix on the boat. Shocker.
Yeah, what else is new?
What else is new? Well, there's a couple of things that, you know, if we were just going to do a little 5 or 6 hour day sail, I wouldn't be that concerned with it, but
it's 30 hours, Tampa.
30 hours. That's overnight, and I don't want to get 20 hours into it and have something critical break. So, yeah, we're just gonna hang out and fix some stuff for a little bit. Nice little detention pond there, pretty, and of course the ocean. But yeah, if y'all ever in the area of Port St. Joe, give this place a visit. It's worth it. Nice little shops, lots of locally owned restaurants and things like that. I haven't seen, other than that McDonald's right there, I have not seen a chain restaurant here at all. So, pretty cool. It's a nice little town. That little sailboat right there has been anchored out there since we got here. And we were anchored. But then the generator started playing up again, and ordered a part. Part got here. Part went in the water with me. Gotta get another part. So we're just, I don't know, beautiful day. It was very cloudy earlier. It's kind of straightened up its act a bit. So, also check out the Haughty Heron. Might run into Jeff and Stacy.
And we found our new friends here.
New friends. We tend to make friends wherever we go.
They're pretty cool people.
Yeah. I don't know if we'll see Stacy this weekend. Apparently she's orange. Spray tan gone wrong. So, yeah. Guess we'll see where we go next. Once we got back to the boat, we decided the dogs needed some time to run. So we took them to a beach that's right next to the marina. Here you can see the tide is out, so it allowed the dogs to have plenty of room to run around. We set up our chairs, we brought some drinks with us, and just enjoyed the sunset while the dogs got to do their thing. The dogs love the water. They never stop loving the water, so we love taking them to the beach anytime we get a chance to do so. So Kyle and I just got back from eating. Went and got us some Mexican food, which in Port St. Joe, Florida, it's not the same as Texas Mexican food, but it's still pretty good. There's a nice sunset back there. We're in recovery mode today. Stayed up a little too late last night. Might have had a few drinks. So we're kind of recovering today. Also, the Rip fell off the boat last night when we got back. So I had to jump in, save him. And in the process, didn't think to get all the stuff out of my pockets, of course. And in the previous, or earlier in the episode, I was probably talking about the generator. And my suspicion is that it's a little breaker switch that's broken that keeps tripping. So guess what else was in my pocket? Yep, the breaker switch. So we've got it outside, letting that dry out. Hopefully it'll get nice and dry and I can go try to put that in tomorrow. But yeah, it's just a lazy day here. These people in Port St. Joe are truly on island time. I mean, it's beautiful out here. It's just It's a little town of like 3,000 to 5,000 people. I don't even know how many people live here. Not many. They've told us not many. And it's a nice little marina. We're just having fun here. So we'll probably be here for another couple of weeks. I don't know. We've got some major repairs to do other than that to the generator. So just gonna be here doing some work. Here we go. Back into the generator compartment. This is kind of a pain in the ass. Oh. Alright. Here we are again, back in the generator compartment. So I'm going to show everybody what we're doing to the generator, or at least how this is supposed to work. So this, at least how I understand it's supposed to work. This thing generates power. This big guy right here generates power with a diesel engine. And it's almost brand new. It has 142 hours on it. It had 50 something when we bought the boat. This generator outputs 12 volt DC power to the boat, which charges the batteries and does all of that. So while we're driving along, it also provides power to an inverter in there that changes the DC power to AC power. That's for all of the outlets on the boat. So the air fryer, the microwave, the coffee maker, all of that stuff is all AC, has to be plugged in. So we cannot use any of that stuff without this generator. Also, the air conditioners are all powered by this. They're all AC, they're powered by this thing. So we have no AC at all, which right now isn't a problem because it's 75 degrees outside. It's a little warm, but it's not bad. When it gets down up into the 90s and the hundreds, it's going to be a situation both for us and the dog. So we got to get this fixed. What's happening is every time I start the generator works fine. It produces electricity, and the other day it produced electricity all the way here. And then when we got here, it tripped. This guy right here tripped. He ain't got a deal on it, but I bought a new one. So I'm fixing to change that guy out, put this guy in his place, and I'm gonna start the generator and switch us off of shore power onto generator power and see if it runs continuously so that we can actually have this thing fixed, because this is also the only way right now to charge our batteries if we're off of shore power. So that's why we're stuck in Port St. Joe, because if we leave the dock and the generator can't produce power, the batteries die and we're fucked. So let's see if this works. All right. Okay, so now, okay, you'll see how that flip there, it didn't have a thing on it. So that makes me think that if that's broken, what else in this thing's broken? So now we're gonna start the generator and see if she works, see if that trips. If that trips instantly, that's not the problem. That means there's something actually wrong inside, either in this box, which I'm told is a voltage regulator box. I don't know if that's true, or with this guy here, or any of that. So let's hope this is the solution. It requires 2 hands to start it. Alright, so we're back in the boat now. So what I'm about to do is go down here to our panel. And so this switch is currently set to shore. Everything's looking good on the generator. Main thing I'm looking for is at least 12, 13 amps out of here. It looks like we're at 14.4, so I'm going to switch the AC power off and then to gen. And that's not a good sign, because none of this shit is on. Let's go make sure this breaker's not tripped. It shouldn't be, because otherwise nothing would be working. Fuck! So I'll show you what's supposed to happen. Switch it to off. All these lights go off. Well, that's just the panel light. That's off. Generator should come on. Like that. Nope. No work. No. Let me go see if that little breaker is tripped. Because if that breaker's tripped, then that definitely means there's something wrong with the generator. Because it's a brand new breaker that I just put in there. And it's just a little guy. It's a little 3 amp guy. Nothing crazy. So unbeknownst to me at the time, I had accidentally knocked that center breaker down while I was screwing the other new breaker in. So that didn't actually trip when we turned the generator on or powered the boat up. I just noticed it whenever I was watching the videos later on, but now it's up and running. One in the middle now. So for some reason, the larger breaker in the middle of all the shit tripped that time. So let's go see. That hurt. Thanks, Rip. Let's go see. Microwave's on. Let's see what happens when we put it under a good load. Okay, we're in business. Jen. Green lights across the panel. We're outputting 14.4. Let's go see what happens when we turn on the air conditioner and put a load on it. Air conditioner. So we're going to run this on, oh, there, I just felt it. The compressor kicked on, felt the generator dig in a little bit. So we're gonna let this thing run on the generator for at least an hour. Let it cool in here. We're gonna do this every day until we leave to make sure that that thing works. So we'll be on generator power for the next hour. It's gonna cost us about $4 in diesel, but it's worth it to know that we're gonna be okay. Kyle's doing work. And again, any chance we get to take the dogs to the beach and let them run around, we take advantage of that chance. The beach is really close by. The dogs have a great time splashing around, working out some energy, and it's a cool place to just enjoy a sunset and a beverage. And then we went to the Haughty Heron. Come to a video.
Woo!
We're going to come in.
Where's Jeffrey?
Jeffrey,
One block.
look.
Video.
What's up? Is this live?
Yes.
No, well, it's
What's
video.
up? This is Dobies on deck.
This is gonna be on the next.
Of course, it's Dobies on deck.
Dobies
Hell
on
yeah.
deck.
Dobies on deck. Woo!
And the Haughty.
And the
Haughty
hottie.
Heron.
The Haughty
Fort
Heron.
St. Joe.
Is
Fort
it the
St.
haughty
Joe.
or the naughty?
The hottie.
It's the naughty heart.
But naughty happens at the hottie.
The Haughty Heron.
It's the hottie Heron.
It's the Haughty
It's the
Heron.
naughty that happens.
When we're here, it is. When we're all here, it's the Haughty Heron.
It's the
That's
naughty
right.
Heron.
Hottie.
Naughty.
Hottie.
Naughty. The naughty Heron.
Naughty. Ah.
Join us next time as we meet some more friends at the Haughty Heron. Then we invite some people onto the boat for our faux sunset dinner on the boat, and I find out that the water is...
It's colder than I thought.
If If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to our channel. We want to thank our patrons for all of their support, and we hope everybody will join us next time. Thanks for watching.